Well, welcome to the Money Money Tip podcast presented by Fully Funded Life. My name is Joe Sango, and I'm fired up to help you win with your money so that you can live a fully funded life. What's a fully funded life? Well, if you've listened to the podcast, you know that means able to do exactly what you've been put on earth to do, regardless of the cost or the income potential it has. And today, I'm going to talk about something right now relevant. I'm urgently sharing this with you. If you're driving, be ready to take notes. If you're watching this, you need to take screenshots. I'm talking about a specific portion of people who've chosen to save money because the day has come where you can earn money again with your savings. The highest interest in 22 years is available to you. And yet many of you are still having it stuck in a bank that's paying you zero interest, 0.01%. I'm going to talk about how you can go get that interest, and you need to get your money working for you. Now, we teach everything through the concept or the lens of the Fully Funded Life Ladder. And when you think about the Fully Funded Life Ladder, I'm really talking about saving money, not invested money, saved money. That's rungs number 2 and rung number 5. If you're looking at the screen, you can see it. For those of you listening, it's rung number 2 is saving money, a month's worth of expenses. And then rung number 5 is after you get rid of your non-house debt, you're able to save a minimum of 3 months worth of expenses. For the average family, that's $10,000 to $20,000 sitting there. It needs to be earning money for you. Now, savings, when we think about savings, it does a couple things. One thing is it provides protection. Protection for financial negative events. The appliance fails, the car breaks down, the emergency trip out of town. You need it for protection. Many people, though, forget the fact that savings affords you opportunity. There have been businesses I've bought. There have been real estate transactions I have completed. Why? Because I chose to save money when those opportunities were not yet available. But when you save money, it's almost like scales fall off your eyes and you can see the opportunity. But the third thing that I've not been able to say for years is that savings also equals earnings. Finally, you can earn money with your savings. I've got a chart here I want to share with you. It's from the St. Louis Federal Reserve Bank. As you know, there are many Federal Reserve banks, and the Federal Reserve sets interest rates really for the world. And it's through something called the Federal Funds Effective Rate. And you can see in this chart, in the 1980s, early 1980s, they were as high as 18.5% to 19%. If you're 30 or younger, go talk to your parents or your grandparents about it. Because I'm telling you, I was a kid. I was around 10 years old at the time. My dad was a home builder. Those rates shut down the home building market. They just shut it down. Mortgage rates. Can you imagine a mortgage at 18%? Well, then they slowly declined. And basically since 2008, they've been at zero. In fact, if we zoom in from 2013 on, you can see it's basically zero. And then in the course of 2017, the Federal Reserve started tightening. They got to 2.5% or so. But then what happened in 2018 and 19, and then 2020 hit, and they went back to zero. It's been to zero for 3 years. Now it's over 5%, around 5.25%. That's really huge. And so when you think about rungs number 2 and 5 of the ladder, it's very important that that money keeps pace with inflation. As you know, inflation has been very high. And if your savings is making you no money, you are losing the effective ability of your money to buy things. If I seem urgent, it's because this is urgent. This is very serious and it affects you right now, savers. I want you to make money on your savings. Hey, many of you have parents who have savings. You have grandparents who have savings, and they're making no money because they have it with this big bank that is making 0.01%. You need to go tell them about this. I want you to share this with everybody. I want you to like it. I want you to share, and I want you to comment how much more percent interest you're going to get because you heard this podcast. Listen, here's the question. Are your savings working for you? Are they working? Or is it just sitting there working for the bank? And so I just snapshotted this. Listen, this is for all big banks. I'm going to pick on a few. Bank of America. Oh, I logged into Bank of America. If you have more than $2,500 in savings, they will pay you. If you're the platinum honors tier, they will pay you 0.04%. Let's do that as a number, not a percent. That is 0.00 0.04. That is garbage. And by the way, that's still taxable. That is garbage. Meanwhile, they're charging 5, 6, 7% on auto loans and 7% on home loans. How do they do that? They take your money that you're giving them for free and making 7% on it. Okay? So if you look at Chase, you go to Chase Bank, oh man, if you go to their premier relationship rate all the way to $10 million plus, they'll pay you 0.02%, get fired up. Woo! That is premier, all right. You go to Truist, the combination of SunTrust and BB&T, they will also pay to, look at this, to $99,999,999. They still going to pay you 0.01%. There ain't nobody putting their money there like that except for they are. And so my question is, are you earning money with your savings? How do you do that? Well, let's go. Number one, online banks. Online banks are FDIC insured, almost all of them. I don't know of any that charge fees. They have $1 minimum balance and they pay amazing interest rates. In fact, if you go to Marcus right now, marcus.com, it's Goldman Sachs Main Street Bank. They are paying, as of the recording of this, 4.30%. By the way, when you apply and get an account with them, you can refer friends. You can get up to 5 referrals. And for every referral, like a friend that opens an account, they'll give you an extra 1% for a quarter. So right now I'm making 5.30%. All 5 of mine have been taken. So I'm locked into 5.30%, 1% greater than the rate that's there through May of next year. So you should do that. And your friend will get that extra percent too. How about that? 4.30%, way better than 0.01%. FDIC insured, no minimum deposit, no fees. Unbelievable. Ally Bank, ALLY. Maybe you've seen the commercials. Your money needs an ally. They're paying 4.25%. 4.25%. Yes, it's a little less than Marcus. Hey, and there are numerous other banks out there. SoFi right now is paying 4.50%. Isn't that incredible? No account fees. So I just encourage you, go find them. Under our Next Steps area of our website, we'll leave a link in the show notes. You'll see the list of our favorite banks. My favorite banks, for some reason, are tied to people that pay the most interest and are FDIC insured and charge no fees. We are looking out for you. We are consumer advocates helping you live a fully funded life. Let's just think about this. CDs, they've been called certificates of depression before because they made no money. Now they make a lot of money. In fact, you can go to Marcus right now, a 12-month CD, they'll pay you 5%. Now, a CD is where you lock up your money. You guarantee them that you'll leave it there for a year. But you can do 30-day CDs. You can do 90-day CDs. You can do them all the way to 5 years or even 10 years. Pretty incredible, isn't it? And you can lock in these higher rates. And Ally, they pay 4.85%. Right now, in my accounts, my trading accounts, I use Schwab. I use TD Ameritrade, which is becoming Schwab 1 week after I record this. E-Trade, Fidelity. I use them all because I want to know how they function so I can help you the most. But every time I carry some cash in there, I don't have all my money actively invested. I have it there for opportunities. Well, right now I'm putting that cash in 30-day CDs and I'm making 5.15% on a lot of them. That's incredible on just money sitting around. So you should also consider something called CD ladders. Maybe you never heard this term before, but CD ladders, here's how it works. A ladder is just what it sounds like. They have rungs. So I like it because we have the fully funded life ladder with rungs. And so let's say in this example, I got this thing from the USAA website showing how it works. Thank you, USAA. Let's say you wanted to invest save $5,000 into CDs. Okay. And you wanted them to mature at different times. So you could buy $1,000 of 5 different CDs, one with a 1-year term, one with a 2-year term, one with a 3-year term, one with a 4-year term, one with a 5-year term. You do that all today. And what that does effectively, every year you will free up money. And so after 1 year, you can take that 1,000 and its growth. You can choose to use it or reinvest it into a new 5-year CD. Why? Because in a year, the 2-year one will come available. And if you keep it plus its growth over the last 2 years, you can roll it to a 5-year CD. And now every 1 year, you have money that is getting freed up. It gets unlocked out of that CD. A lot of people that are retired choose to do this with their money that is saved. And the other way is U.S. Treasury bills, notes, and bonds. U.S. Treasury bills right now, short-term debt is what U.S. Treasury bills are. They are less than 1 year. The interest is payable at the end of the term. They're exempt from state and local taxes. Treasury notes, well, that's midterm debt. That's from 1 to 10 years. And the interest is payable every 6 months. And it's exempt from state and local taxes, only federal taxes. And then bonds, many of you got those for your birthday or Christmas. They're 20 or 30 year length, and the interest is payable every 6 months. Again, they're exempt from state and local taxes. So I'll wrap this up by saying this. Hey, make sure your money is making money. And when you roll it over, think about this. If you have 10 grand sitting there making 0.01 and you can get it to 5%, that 10 grand, it's going to make you $500 this year. Get fired up. That is awesome. Hey, go make your money make money. And when you do, hey, be sure to share this with others. Share it with your family. And we would love it if you would share it with us in the comments on how much money you're going to be paid now that your savings is working for you and not the bank. Have a great day, everybody.